podcast.
I actually know how to change the meta. We need a 4 set that gives us attack gauge every time our opponent crits on us.
Like ragdoll.
On that. Oh shit! Oh ragdoll. My bad.
Oh.
Everybody gets a ragdoll.
Wait a second.
And then it just makes little ragdolls.
You can't even obliviate it. Aloha everybody. Welcome back to another podcast. As you can see, we got a completely different group. This is like a total mixed bag here. Different people joining in again. We got Rune once again. Looks like he's addicted to the podcast here. We got he's made some time to join us. What's that?
It's 5 p.m. now, just looking at reading chat.
It's his birthday again this time. Yeah, I'm just kidding. Last time it was his birthday for the podcast. We got Lucky today. We got Obaba once again. It's been a while since we had you, Obaba. Welcome back. And we have a new face. We have Weak Dog, aka Roger. Welcome. Good to have you here, Roger.
Hello.
Appreciate you tuning in. As you can see, we do not have Thompson once again. But speaking of birthdays, it is actually his birthday today. So we got some happy birthdays for Thompson, I guess. Right, he got 1 year younger apparently, as like he likes to call it. But it's his birthday today.
Happy birthday, Thompson.
Yeah, so he's not gonna be joining us today, but he'll be back next week. He said he's bummed out, but yeah, definitely he's gonna spend some time for his birthday, so he didn't have time to join the podcast today. All right, Weak Dog's a little bit low. Okay, well we can move his mic a little bit closer, and I can turn it up a little bit louder as well. All right, we're gonna go ahead and start off with topic number 1 here. Topic number 1 is going to be kind of similar to what we've been talking about because we want to get a lot of people's opinions as this continues to progress, right? Violent procs being changed. And as it continues to progress with the Special League, people play more and more matches coming into the actual RTA season, right? How is Special League going for you? Like, have you seen anything interesting or cool in it? And what are your thoughts on the Violent proc changes so far, besides the meme that feels like it's, yeah, it's not working?
I haven't touched Special League yet.
Really?
I mean, for me, Violent Runes hasn't changed, but I have seen something funny though. I don't know if anyone wants to chime in first.
Yeah, I like funny things. I look at it every day when I wake up in the mirror. I mean, well, anyways, go ahead.
One of our guildies, Shuffles, from the...
Shuffles, yeah, he started playing again, right?
He, there was a... I don't know if this is intended, but I don't know if it's because of, like, you know, how the mechanic of gaining an extra turn from the skill, it resets the Violent, but there was... I think he fought Seishizo, and Seishizo's Diana almost 1v4'd everyone.
Oh, wait, through the Violent proc changes, obviously.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if it was actually him being lucky that, which is really, because obviously, like, the Violent change, like, if he's proccing every single time, it would drop to, like...
12%.
I don't even know.
12%,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's still possible, but it's really low, but it almost happened. So I don't know if that the mechanic of, you know, how Diana gaining the extra turn by itself actually reset it back to 22%.
No, it shouldn't,
But,
because it has...
yeah.
No, the only thing that resets it is if your opponent takes a turn. So the thing is, though, how many turns did the Diana take? Because, like, the super unstatistical, like, procs that they're trying to avoid are the matches where you have, like a 6 to 8 proc gap, right? But if Diana procs 4 times, that's still a lot. Don't get me wrong, that's still a lot. But that can be game changing still. But you can still see that. I mean, it can still happen. So
I don't remember exactly. It was either 4 or 5, but it was basically like one, like, you know, like 2 proc here, kill, 2 proc here, another kill, and there was basically 1-on-1 left, and Shuffle still won. But
that's pretty rare. That's pretty rare, to be honest.
Is it actually still is it actually capped at 27? I know minimum's 12, but does it actually max at 27, or does it keep going up?
It maxes at 27. So even though his Diana's proccing, the opponent's at 27 right now.
I mean, are we 100% sure though? Like
because on the notes it said it can be capped at 27 if they want, but I don't know if they actually did leave it at 27.
Oh. True, but isn't there an update notice though? Like the update notice, whatever they put in the update notice is the exact wording of what is gone live. Is what it is. So whatever they put out. So the other one was the developer's note, but the other one is the update notice. And I think it's in the update notice. The update notice says 27.
I mean, we can't be sure. Still.
True.
Yeah.
True.
We'll never really know.
Right. They say Bolong is like 1 in 70 right now, but I beg to differ, right?
I mean, that's what I've noticed, because I've done probably 150 wings, maybe. But all I noticed was, I mean, it pretty much feels the same. It just makes you a bit more upset that now you're losing to 12% while you have 27 rather than losing to 22%. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
before it's 22-22, now it's same situation, but I'm just losing against 12% now because I know he's
Yeah.
procced 3 times already or
Yeah.
whatever, and I'm stuck at 27. He's at
It's
12, but he's
it's
still
more
getting
mental.
more vitals than me. Yeah.
It's still the same situation, but it happens less. So I would say that it's a win.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a win. I give people the same reference as, you know, when they said that rune drop rates have been increased, right? It's a win, but it's minor, but we know that it's there in the back end, right? I don't think they try to do something super drastic with this. I think we'd be naive to believe that it would be something insanely drastic, right, of a change to violent procs. Can you move your mic a little bit closer to your mouth, Roger? Does that thing move?
I'm gonna give a shot, but I think this is when give me a sec.
No, like the actual mic piece.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, it doesn't actually move?
No, it gets really bad if I touch it sometimes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then
Okay.
we'll just leave it. Yeah, we're good. Oh yeah, that's right.
Shove it in your mouth.
Yeah, Roger's mic explodes, like actually like a bomb if he moves it. Yeah, so we'll be
We've been in
careful with
Discord
it.
before. Yeah.
Gotcha. So yeah, I'm
that
looking at the
better?
update notice, and it does say adjusted to 27% at most, with 12% being the lowest. Yep. So I do see that there.
I mean, it
But
doesn't feel
are
like
we
it's changed
sure?
at all.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. To me, it doesn't feel like it's changed. Like I said, it just feels like it's the same to me, but I just lose to 12% now rather than 22%.
Right. If you view it that way, then yeah, true. Right? It's like you go to a casino and let's say you had a 50% chance to win, 50-50, and now they're like, hey, I'm gonna give you a chance for the rest of the day. I'm gonna give you 55-45, and you still lose, right? You're gonna be like, damn, I feel worse now, but I had technically the better
True.
chance, right? It's just in
True.
hindsight,
Yeah.
it's the feeling.
I mean, a lot of the times it's also like that one important violent proc that wins you the game instead of like some other monster that didn't really require, let's say Fran, that gets that extra violent proc that does nothing, as opposed to Velajewel getting that one proc where it gets immunity on everyone.
Right. Confirmation bias. That's what it is. It's very similar. Yeah. You know, but I mean, with this violent proc change, nobody's really kind of gone in depth with the thought process, right? When you're playing RTA now, you have to also, you know, you're already thinking about a lot of stuff, right? You're keeping track of cooldowns. You're keeping track of your picks and bans and what you're doing and what you want to do, what you want to strip and whatnot. But you're also thinking in your head now, which of his units can be violent, which of yours are violent, and, you know, you're gauging what is his chance of this moving and having a higher chance to proc out of things, right? It's going through your mind now. So I think it's definitely slightly changed a little bit of RTA gameplay and thought process when you're playing, you know? Or what do you guys think?
Has anyone actually done any big changes to like monsters? Taken off Vio?
I haven't. Well, I'm waiting for
I've
the
only changed, like, a couple
next
units.
you know, update.
Yeah.
For the
Because my
real
lineup's
changes.
pretty much
Yeah.
the same.
think-
I don't think I've changed anything.
Hmm.
Minus
Yeah, I
like
think
one
most people are
unit.
just using specially to like try it out, and then when we get the extra set of runes, we can just do whatever, pretty much.
Yeah.
So also in Special League, have you guys seen people use different units yet? Like, I know a lot of people didn't fully test Beast Riders, I guess, because it was end of the season. Nobody kind of wanted to screw up. But have you guys experienced more Beast Riders? Are they toxic, or you see them at all in there, or what? Or are they just a flop?
They're
I
pretty
read
good.
up my Marsha,
They're-
but I
they're
feel like
good.
it's
They're good.
yeah.
They're good? Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have.
I think
one.
I think their kits are pretty loaded. Yeah.
Which one
I think
are you seeing the
Marsha-
most?
Savannah.
Fire.
Savannah?
Savannah.
I've seen a lot of fire and water.
Yeah, I see fire the most.
Wow,
I
but I
see
mean,
the
you guys are
wind
all
one
saying
in,
different elements. That means they're in there. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously.
I mean, yeah.
Wow.
I used the fire one. I've used Marsha before. I think Lucky used Marsha as well. I've seen him
Yeah, I
use Marsha.
used her like just after Christmas and then like now during Special League. She's pretty good. She's got a pretty awesome kit.
Do you think they're in a
Yeah,
good spot?
Marsha against like
Go ahead,
Gani
Obama.
Hat or Lauren.
Oh.
Because she only like takes half the attack by
Yeah.
reduce, I think it
And
is.
gains
Yeah.
double if you run like a
Yeah.
third.
So you run like
So-
Verd Escher with her, and it's kind of nuts.
So,
Wait, so she gains like 80% from Verd.
No, it's an
I
additional.
think it's 60%, right?
Oh, additional 50%, so 60.
Yeah.
Okay.
but not getting reduced as much by Hathor and Lauren is pretty powerful, along with being fire against
Yeah,
wind,
it's,
right?
yeah, it's like what
Yeah.
Fire Monkey wants
I
to
mean,
be.
you just get 2
Yeah.
turns left by half.
Yeah, it's like what Fire Monkey wants to be with more speed and more damage and more utility and sustain.
She also
Well,
absorbs
she
attack
gets
fire
stunned
as well
still.
with
She
second.
gets stunned.
True,
Okay.
true,
Or slept.
true.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Lucky?
And
She also absorbs attack bar for every debuff with second skill.
I didn't know that.
Wait, what?
She pushes back attack bar with second skill, I believe.
Oh.
Yeah, absorb as well, right? She absorbs.
Yeah,
It's
not just push
I
back,
think it's
absorb.
wasn't it? Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it was absorb. I'm just double checking.
But thing is, like,
And she
good part,
is-
good part about her against like Gan Hathor as well is
Yeah, this was.
you can't really like reset her like pseudo revive. So if
Yeah,
you
that's the
don't-
crazy thing.
Yeah.
You can't Rocky her revive either, and when she revives, she comes back on the freaking mount again, man. It's like, oh my god.
You can Tessarian her, right?
Yeah, you get Tessarian there, but let's be
But
real.
no one uses that. No one uses
Anybody
that
dusted
anymore,
off to Tessarian yet?
Yeah. I just haven't used that in seasons.
He's got runes, but I haven't really had the chance to really pick him at the moment. So
Like Guild War
yeah,
runes,
it's
right?
kind of hard to
Wait,
decide.
does it really work? Tessarian just instantly kills her?
The
haven't tried.
Oblivion. Oblivion makes it so that it doesn't.
Oblivion stops the passive.
Yeah, it
right,
stops
I
the
think?
passive.
Hmm.
Yeah, but I think you have to still like apply Oblivion and then kill her. Because if you kill her with the hit from Tessarian, I don't think it's gonna apply before she comes back.
Why does
Plus she has
Tessarian
but I'm not
150
sure.
base speed. Yeah.
Yeah. But the good news is, most of the time, the way people probably ruin their Beast Riders, if you get a proc, you're going to kill it. Because it's usually not that tanky, right? You S2, S1, if you're going to use Tessarian, let's just say, you'll kill it. Pretty much all of them. Maybe except for the
Can we
water one.
change Tessarian so he debuffs before the actual hit? You know, that'd be nice.
That'd be pretty strong.
That would actually be nice, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Then he wouldn't be completely useless, yeah.
I mean, it's not useless. He's just, it's like you're going to Perna. Perna's low HP, and if you have a really high damage egg to Tesla, you don't want to hit the Perna.
But do you do
Yeah.
you ever see a Perna and think, hey, I should draft Tessarian into that?
No, not really.
It's just like- it's just like better options,
before
right?
episode, just like thoughts of back in the day when it's like you know
Yeah,
season 3,
yeah.
season 4, when people were doing like.
But I
a
was like
lot of
Vanessa
Pernas.
Triana Perna,
Yeah, season 2,
yeah.
season 3 was like, oh, Ragdoll, oh, Tessa, oh,
Yeah.
Perna, oh, Tessa, you know? That's the immediate, thought process, right? So,
That was.
interesting.
I actually use Tesla a lot, but then he sucks now.
He does,
Not
he does.
that bad, but.
But I mean,
Just
that's what leaves rooms for new units, because we're still been asking for more Oblivion units. All they gave us is the Water Dryad, which they buffed, which I think you can use it more in Guild Wars now, but it's not enough. They just made one. Like, maybe they can make one that applies it before they do damage. That would be cool, right? A new unit that we can go for, right? 4-star, let's just say.
I think there's a lot of monsters that could use that buff because they
mean,
always
can like a 5-star with Oblivion.
Yeah,
'Cause right now it's just Tessarian, right? And
Yeah.
just-
Oh, and ISIS.
but I would like them to make some
Alright,
4-stars as well.
alright.
I think 4-star is like a reasonable. I always think free to play, pay to win, right? I think 4-star is a reasonable free to play, pay to win kind of unit for people to obtain. And then maybe one Nat 5 as well. But don't start off with a Nat 5 Oblivion unit, right? Everybody's gonna be like, what the heck, dude? Like, I can't get that, right? I can't get that. So that's not really something new for us to get as well.
I actually feel like Water Dryad is really good. Because Tessa you would usually use against like the Ragdoll Arda stuff
Right.
or LDs. But I feel like Hern is the same thing, just you pick her against like Ragdoll Gianna or Gianna Arda. It's,
Well, that-
instead of like the full bruisers.
That's a good idea. Chet
Because-
says a new fusion for Oblivion. Yeah, but yeah, continue on the Water Dryad. Tell me, is it actually gonna be good for like RTA in some situations, or just like
Yeah, I
Guild
think
Wars
she's
Guild
good
Siege?
for RTA because she counters both the like LD bruisers with passives and Gianna at the same time. Because you can have her like off will and she can just throw back the bomb and all the stuns. If
What
Gianna.
does she
now
actually do?
now with the violent changes, would you actually ruin her swift or violent?
I will still do her violent.
Mm.
Because you don't need her on swift.
no.
Because you want to move after Gianna.
True.
Anyways.
But you know what you can root her on? You can root her on Swift, so you don't violent, because you don't need a violent, and you root her on your fattest Swift set, because let's be real, you got those stupid Swift runes with like 30-something% HP that you're just sitting there and you're like, what the heck do I do with this, man? Like, I have no units to put this on, but yeah, I don't know. Depends if it needs Vi or not. So yeah, going back to Special League as well, have you guys experienced any other crazy units people are kind of testing out? Yeah, or any units that you think don't need to be on Violent now with the new Violent changes being implemented? Right? Some people said Vanessa, but I think Vanessa's still going to be on Vile. There's just a select few I think people are swapping off.
I took my Vanessa off Vaya, but I feel like
Oh,
the defense breaks super nice on 2-turn with Vaya.
right.
And
Yeah.
as long as she does decent damage still. And I think like having a 2-turn cooldown on your skill 2 usually is pretty good to have on Vaya. Just because it just comes up so often.
Like, if you don't have her on Vile, do you still make her as, like, fat in terms of bruiser? Or can you just make her, like,
I think
fat
mine's
tank with
just-
good accuracy?
Mine's just even fatter now. It's on like a fight will, and I just made it even fatter with a bit more accuracy, just like a defense break bot, I guess.
Hmm.
I don't know how good it is. If you haven't.
Dang, fight runes in
Say that much.
RTA.
I know. Imagine that. Yeah, we had some discussions about, of course, tolerance runes, right? Tolerance runes and accuracy runes in RTA. Because it is beneficial. I mean, if you're not having to rune on, you can go on double sets. I mean, why not, right? Those are two very valued stats. Accuracy is actually what we agreed that accuracy is probably one of the better stats. As much as people meme it, like in RTA to have an accuracy set, but I don't know if that many people run an accuracy set on any of their units for RTA. I think, like, honestly.
I do. I mean, my Tiana does has accuracy.
Oh,
but
because
it's
you have like a
because it
nice.
has
Oh, your Tiana's accuracy, nice. So it
Because
doesn't
it's
miss the
just
strip on
fastest.
S3, right?
It's just.
I just have it because those are fast moves. And it's
Like
like,
Oki on Swift, NA bonus set is nice. Like add the accuracy or fight or something.
True.
I think it's just like super hard to get like good runes because you have to actually farm. What is it? Rift Beast, right? And then you have to
Yeah,
craft
Rift
them,
Beast.
and then like if you craft like 90% of the time, it's pretty useless. And then you have to, if you get a good rune, you have to roll it, and then you have to get grinds for it. And the grinds you have to do from Rift Beasts only as well. And it's just like super hard getting those sets that are actually good.
oh no, you get the accuracy sets from D-hole. That's where I got mine. From.
Oh yeah, I forgot
Yeah,
about the
see,
D-hole.
D-hole. That's where it is. The ancient ones, right? But then
Yeah,
that
that's
also
actually nasty then.
that
yeah.
also provides another problem of getting the grinds and gems. It's a trek, dude. Like you get a
the
crazy
grinds
30
and
speed rune.
gems-
Like let's say you get a 30 speed, 31 speed ancient rune, and you're sitting there like, damn, when am I gonna get dropped the legend grind for this, dude? The speed grind for this. I'm never getting the speed grind.
Accuracy grinds. I'm missing will and despair.
I see.
If I had
The
like a
grinds are
31,
super nice.
if I had a 31 speed rune, I wouldn't really care about the grind that much. That would still be the fastest rune on my account.
Yeah, true. You would try to get a purple and wait for it. Yeah, it's true.
You
I
just
mean, even
use the
ancient
green
blues
one.
+4, right? Yeah.
Wait, is there a
Yeah.
green ancient?
I don't think so.
There would be if you do a lower level.
Yeah,
I
there,
assume.
yeah.
Oh yeah. If you do a
Oh, like
lower level.
level 1 D-hole? Nah.
Hey, those are like 5-second runs, man. What you saying no
Just
for?
settle for blue. Yeah. I
Yeah.
just,
Yeah, but
yeah.
I think Ager is on despair now.
Ooh, okay. He just said that. Oh, he
Yeah.
just said it straight
I
up. Okay.
was gonna ask you about that because you were testing him on stream earlier. How'd it go compared to Vio? Would you recommend it or?
I mean, I don't think it's that much worse.
Adrian on
my
despair.
Bio is so
thing is-
nice because there's that one turn downtime, right? Where you skill 1, and if you
Yeah.
bio off that into confiscate,
Yeah,
you just
exactly.
start rotating again. Yeah.
That is, it's like
Yeah.
the same thing for Diana, but Ager also has like the bad procs as well. If it procs after third skill, if it procs
After
on
confiscate, yeah.
Right. So
second skill,
if
it's
you're
also a
saying
little bit awkward.
if you're saying Adrian on despair, then wouldn't it also be Water Monkey King on despair? Then it actually would benefit more, and it does also have that bad proc, that proc on invincibility.
Yeah.
I don't
But
think
a
the
lot of people
invincibility
still say
procs
Violent has is the
bad.
only way for Water Monkey King. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
but
think
thing
his
is,
cooldowns are too
Swift,
short.
I had Swift Water Monkey before.
Oh, Swift. Oh, but that makes
Yeah,
sense,
people-
right? Because
because
you're
they-
trying to rune it to gold
I-
before something, so that makes
Yeah.
sense to go Swift.
I mean, I'm not being like 100% serious with the despair Ager, but it's actually pretty good because it never wastes any ATB, and you still
Yeah,
you can get the like first turn strip into stun, which
Right.
tilts everyone.
Does
I think
does the
Vio,
okay?
bad Vios on Monkey aren't as bad as bad Vios on Ager because losing invincibility, I think, isn't too big, especially when you Vio into like a skill 2 or a stun or something. But I think if you Vio on Ager skill 3, you lose the 100% attack bar to a Vio proc, and then
And-
you drop your Vio proc by 5%. I think that's a bit too
Exactly.
big.
Well, you drop like 10, you lose 5, they gain 5, right? So it's actually a
Yeah, true,
double,
technically,
a double,
10% swing.
a double
yeah.
whammy. Yeah, true. That's true when you say it like that. I forgot exactly of the despair mechanic though. If they have will, right, and your Ager S1s, it's gonna apply. If it applies the despair thing, it's gonna be on the first hit, right? So you can never really stun a will unit with Ager if it's on despair.
You can if you strip with the third skill.
No,
Yeah,
but
but
like
the
so.
second,
Well,
the second
well.
hit counts as despair as
The
well.
second
does it
hit counts as
strip first,
despair, or is
then
it the
hit?
first? Because I think there's only one hit that counts. But it's I heard like if you glance on the first hit, then second hit will be despair. But if you don't glance on first hit, then it tries to apply it on first hit, or something like that. I don't know exactly how it does.
This is a Obabo test for us. Figure
Yeah.
this out. Despairing.
Oh, someone said, oh yeah, that's true. I've seen Sekhmet strip it stun. True. So maybe it does. I don't know.
I mean, but Sekhmet only has like one. And you always despair after strip because like Chi Wu,
Oh, yeah,
Kaha,
yeah, yeah.
everything.
Ah.
Yeah,
Ah.
so this is spare proc
True.
after. after
Yeah.
all the
After
effects,
the
right?
after the strip
yeah.
effect. Okay, so that's even
So
better.
it'll work on the first hit as well. Okay.
Okay.
'Cause I know Arda despairs, Arda hits first,
Strip
then
stuns,
strips,
yeah.
then
Yeah.
stun.
That's true. That's true.
So that's the mechanic, yeah.
Got it. Interesting. Okay, that's
It's
one
like the
unit
same
then.
thing. Yeah, it's the same thing if you're fighting a Josephine, you will still deal the damage before
The strip.
stunning.
The stun,
so like
yeah.
Josephine won't go off if someone dies.
I see. Okay. That's interesting. So, I mean, I guess if you're saying Despair can be good for Ager, that means players out there, especially in the mid range, who can't even ruin their Agers on Violent, now can potentially go Swift and Fatal then, just to give stats on it. It's more viable now. Now that they can't go Vile, they can try to. Because I think people try to ruin Aegers, and they always have that problem where it's so squishy, dude, or it just doesn't have the stats because it's a fat unit. It takes so much stats. So
Yeah.
you heard it from Obama, baby. Despair, Aeger.
I mean, Ager you can have on pretty much like any build. Because I know
Any
there was
set,
one
yeah.
season I had like Rage Blade Ager that was on like speed, defense, attack or something.
You just like abusing
still
your
works.
Ager, don't you? Rage, Blade, Despair.
No,
Alright.
they worked.
Going back to the Violent proc changes in any other units, that's a good one. That was actually a good discussion about Aeger there. I like that. I might change mine too. Because I need the Violent roots for something else, man. I'm not gonna lie. Everything is a damn bruiser in RTA, dude. Everything's a damn Violent bruiser in RTA. No matter what you say.
All those violent ragdolls that go back to vampire.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
for
Yeah,
sure.
true. Actually, true.
I don't think many monsters have actually changed from what I've faced so far. I think a lot of it is still violent. I don't know if you guys have noticed the same. I think one prominent change I have seen is a lot more Verds are on Will, so I assume they're double rev Will. But that's about it, really. I haven't seen really too many big changes.
I think Verd's
people
still
put
nuts
Verd
on
on
Vire,
Will?
though. Yeah, I think Vire Revenge is still too crazy on Verd.
Yeah, the benefit is still good. The benefit is still good.
The Revenge 40% cut is disgusting sometimes when you're trying to set up something. And then if they Vire, it's 80% attack buff for the entire team, which is still kind of disgusting as well. So yeah, I don't know. I think Vire is still the way to go on Verd.
I actually get mad worse when Verd violence. Not violence.
Revenges.
Revenges.
Yeah, it's toxic, dude. Like, do you get that same feeling like you're about to hit it and you're like, it's gonna do it,
Should
and
I?
then you hit it and then you're like, I knew it. Every
See
time.
the
Dude.
word counter come up? Oh no, yeah.
Always at the worst moment too. Like then that proc, that violent revenge proc will cut you, someone else, or you're supposed to get a kill, and it's like
Okay, you want the bro science? If you take your time and you think about it, it's gonna happen. So you know what you do? You just do it. When it's your turn, you just click it. Don't even think about it, dude. Yeah, and it won't happen. It won't happen. Try it. Definitely try it. Oh, an interesting violent proc mechanic that we saw recently. Somebody took a video of it in Guild Wars. I don't know if it's intended though, but it was so on one side there was a Triana, okay, and it was stunned, right? One side is a Triana and stunned, and the other side was a unit that had violent proc. I think it was a Jean or something, and the Jean hit a unit, killed it, right? Obviously procs the passive of Triana. Triana's supposed to cut and take a turn, right? Gets 100% attack gauge instead. And then doesn't go out of stun, and then the other unit still takes another turn because it violent proc at that instance of kill.
It's because
was-
she's CC'd, right?
she's stunned.
Yeah, she sees
It happens
Yeah.
every single time Triana's stunned or CC.
She slept or
She
yeah.
loses
Really?
her that passive.
Correct.
It just
Yeah.
loses it and
She-
then never gains a turn.
No,
Never
but-
cuts.
No, but I thought she's supposed to gain a turn. Like if you kill a unit and she's stunned, she takes a turn, but then she gets
Yeah.
out of the stun. She just
I
gained
think it's
100%
a,
attack gauge. That's a glitch.
I think it's a bug. Yeah.
Yeah, because
'Cause
her skill doesn't say gain attack gauge at all,
Yeah.
right? Her
Yeah, because that's been happening like forever. If she's stunned, she just goes to full, and then you can still proc, and then she takes her turn after.
Yeah, correct.
yeah.
It's still
So
violent proc.
it's got to be something wrong. So they definitely need to fix that. It's only in the situation where you kill, it's Triana stun, and you violent proc. It's not every situation though, but it's an instance where that occurs, and that's just weird. It's just super weird. Anyways, that's not really what the topic with violent procs though, but I just thought I'd bring that up because it's something that we definitely should address, which we have the video for. So hopefully they can look into that. Shouldn't happen like that. But okay, that's a very good topic number one. Talked a little about some violent proc changes And I guess we talked a little about Anger changing. Hopefully, as people test more units out, they can start telling us if other units can perform better off of Violent. Yeah, and the pros and cons of it moving forward. Moving on to the next topic here. We dabbled slightly into it though. New RT season's coming up. February 6th. Are you ready for it? And what's your thoughts on the new rune system from your perspective? Obviously, if you don't know, the new rune system is we're going to be able to rune our units for RTA. And they're going to be separate from the runes that we have for every other content in the game. So I can have a 3,000 speed Shayna for DB10, no problem. Right? And I can still have my really fast Thor for RTA. What are your thoughts on this entire change?
I just really want the UI to be like good. I was hoping like this coming patch we had it, but it was,
Yeah,
it was not
I
it.
thought it was coming
But-
up this special league.
Same.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, we can mess around with it. But now, yeah,
Because
I'm
I think
waiting.
it's super nice. I think it's one of the best quality of life things they've done for the game. Because it used to be a lot of players would have to choose between if they want to be in a competitive Siege guild or do RTA. But now you can obviously do both. But yeah, I thought it was coming a lot earlier. I thought it was coming with the new special league coming. Well, this special league, but yeah, apparently it's coming later. So
Yeah, it's
It's
gonna be
just
just
delayed.
before, which is coming up though, like next week. I mean, there's only like what 10 days until the real season starts, so it's got to be before it. Okay, really? Who made that? Who made that for you?
Chat mentioned it. I just thought I'd bring it over.
Did you make
A
that?
little present. No, I had that given as a present. So
That's cute. That's cute.
yeah, it's a bit cute.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that wouldn't even be a present for me. That'd be a troll for me. But nobody sent me one of those. Someone actually sent me a plushie. I did get a plushie from one of my viewers. That was a Diana before I got a Diana, but that's about it.
Ooh,
did you get like a
nice.
Pokemon card for
Oh
Pokemon or
yeah, I
something?
got it right here.
I remember seeing that on stream. Yeah.
This is my present. It's a Molong Pokemon card, baby. That's the only Molong I got, baby.
Yeah, that's
It
cool.
was pretty dope. It was pretty
That's
cool.
really cool.
Yeah, it's super cool. Look, they got the Pokemon backing. It's really cool. But anyways, going back to this with the new root system. So we don't even know what it's gonna be. Like we all are assuming it's a new UI, right? We don't know.
Yeah.
Like we don't know, or maybe I have no idea. They didn't even explain it any way to us. Maybe we're exaggerating. It might just
They
be
didn't
something
even
super
show a
simple.
glimpse. I
No,
would think
they
they would
didn't.
show like a
No
like a
preview.
screenshot or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the comp to us office right now? It's like the update team's like,
They're still
yeah,
working on
we're gonna do RTA and they can only use it for the runes. Yeah, that's a good idea. Only RTA runes and the rest of everything else. And then they tell the actual game developers. The game developers are like, what? We didn't even make that shit yet. Wait, what?
Yeah.
What?
It's
And you
still
got-
working. That's why it's
and
coming
you've got
out
a
so
week.
late.
And you've got a week.
You've got a week. What?
You know, I could also see something like if the UI is not that great, and then people are trying to rune something, but then they forget that they're not in the RTA rune section, so they just fuck up something in the normal, and then mess up something in the RTA because you know just because if the UI is not good, the swapping between back and forth, you're looking at Molong or something, you look at maybe it's Despair or Vampire, and then you're supposed to rune it for Violent. I don't know.
Unless they do it in a way where it's like to get to that rune management, you need to click RTA and then you click rune management. Then you can
Okay,
never get them too mixed up, right?
Yeah.
You'd be in
Which
two
is-
different zones.
Which is what I think is probably the way they're going to do it to
Right.
completely differentiate RTA to everything else. Probably be the easiest way to show it. So yeah.
How excited would you be if they made it so that when we rune for RTA units, our box obviously can only show the units that we rune for RTA? That'd be dope, right? So I can get a limited box where I don't have to look at
Oh, so you don't have to
fodder
search
and
everything. Yeah,
my
yeah,
second Sierra or whatever it is there and just click the wrong one,
I thought
like
they would've done
Chuffles
that
did at
earlier.
the tournament. I'm just kidding, Chuffles.
Yeah.
Which he did. He did do that, by the way. You know, so that would be nice. And it's just quality of life for their tournaments as well, right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, their tournaments, they had the players searching for their units. So, I mean, it was difficult. So it's a big quality of life change if they can do that, for sure. Having a box, I guess.
Also, Guild Wars and Siege are gonna have a lot more juice on your units now because you can put your best runes on them as well.
Oh yeah.
So that's gonna
Oh,
be
yeah.
a lot more interesting. Yeah.
I think that's what the biggest impact's going to be overall. Like you'll see a lot of people now able to commit to both. As Roger raised it before, it's going to be a lot more competitive in Guild War content. Like mainly Siege, it's going to be crazy. So
Yeah, I mean, I think
Looking-
people are going to have
looking forward
fun.
to it.
I think people are actually going to have fun with it, too, because you can make some surprise units now, right? You can invest your best Swift set, your best Vile set, surprise somebody with this weird unit on defense that they didn't even think, right? So it could be cool. Definitely could be pretty cool. I'm excited to rune up some troll units. Some really, really troll units. We had one
Yeah,
guy
'cause
who
we-
ruined up his standard Jean comp, the Jean Molong whatever standard comp, and he put like his best Vile sets in like high G3 player in Asia server, and everybody was losing to it in Siege. It was like a 280 Vile Jean. Everybody's like, what the heck, dude? But this
John,
this
We
Obviously.
see
obviously
that a lot
That's like-
now, right?
Like such an old meta.
yeah old meta, but with like the premium runes actually made a big impact, very very big impact. So that's just one instance. But what were you saying, Roger? Since you were saying something for a cut you
And
off.
that's what's gonna be like, right? You're gonna have like, because used to be, well, personally when I did my swap, I'd run up RTA units first, and then like leftovers go onto Guild Wars Siege or whatever, and just run up as much as you can to put up defenses for your guild. But now you're gonna have like 120, 115 efficiency Guild Wars units. It's gonna be, yeah, like you said, you're gonna have like 180 plus 180 Vio will sets on your monsters, and it's gonna be kind of nuts.
Hey, you know what?
Are you
You
actually
know,
gonna
go ahead.
not siege farm anymore? Or are you actually gonna go to like a real siege?
Oh, I'm gonna
guild?
go Siege farm, but with like 120 efficiency units.
You're a bully.
Yeah, I need the crystals. Come on.
Dude, out of all the units, I
Waiting
think
for Rune removal.
I think Rakuni's gonna get kind of happy. Rakuni's the unit that I always strip the runes off the most from back in the day. So he's finally gonna get his regular runes again. That should be very exciting. Very exciting for all the new systems. We talked a little bit about Arena last week. What are your thoughts on Arena? Now that you know there's runes that you can use for Arena, you think people are gonna do it? I think people are starting to notice that you can't revenge on defense successes, right? Which is one thing that's
Yeah.
stopping the boosting.
Well, that was actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
Well, but but the funny thing is, when I first opened, I thought I actually like attacked someone. I was like, I don't remember attacking this person. Then I realized, oh yeah, that's how the mechanic is now.
All right, no more boosting and losing to the same player. You can't. You're not gonna lose as many points consecutively if you lose like 2 or 3 times to them. It's like 10
I mean,
points, 5
technically,
points,
you
3
could still
points.
boost. There's still a possibility of boosting, but it's not as bad. You can't just boost with one person anymore.
I
You
think it
can
takes up
boost.
more people.
Yeah,
like
you
a
could
whole
be
guild.
like, you
Yeah.
have a posse of someone who just found you, like, and then like wait till the last 2 minutes and have them like dump 6 exact defense, wins against you.
Yeah.
But that's
Right.
like super coordination, and you need to have a posse.
Right, definitely. And it's not as strong anymore because then it used to be a double whammy. You used to get all those points. Now it's less. And when they attacked you, you knew how to beat their defenses because you know who they are, and you'd be able to attack them back. But now you can't attack them back either.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think it's starting. It's a shape up. It's a starting for Arena, to potentially
People-
be good, right? Because people can ruin good units now for Arena with all the runes you have. So changing the rewards a little bit, like we discussed last week, giving extra what is that, resource glory points at the end of the week for what rank you are is a huge incentive for people to just start doing Arena again, and then maybe developing more of an Arena meta and get people back into playing that again, which can be nice, right? Because there needs to be a lot of different contents in the game. If you play everything, great, but there's a lot of different contents for whatever you like, right? Everybody plays the game and enjoys different things. So
Do you think that's a big enough change for them to warrant resetting everyone's arena rank in their profiles?
I hope not, because I don't do Arena Rush. I've done it less than 10 times.
Yeah, I agree.
It's
I
on
don't
a
know.
bad time slot for me on Asia server.
I mean, the extra glory points is nice. My towers aren't even maxed yet. My towers aren't even close to maxed, and I've been playing the game.
Yeah, I still remember
for,
my like
time
5
where it
Arena
should be
Rushes, dude.
maxed.
I set an alarm to wake up at like 4:30 a.m. And that's like after like 2 hours of sleep, and I'm literally sitting there like this. They're like, I just need some stars so people don't think I'm a noob. Fuck, can I just get some red stars? I'm like half asleep,
5
dude.
p.m. for us, right?
Yeah.
Pretty good time for
Lucky,
us.
so it's pretty good, yeah.
It's
Like,
bad for
it's
me,
not too
dude.
bad.
4, 5, 6 a.m., dude. Oh my god.
I guess we're in Asia. Is Asia server? I mean, you have different rush times as well, right?
You're right, but I'm in Hawaii too, so it's like a Hawaii Asia
Yeah.
server kind of thing. So
Yeah.
it's great for people on Asia server. So like I'm half asleep and they're like wide awake in their evening doing rush, right? Good for them.
Evening for them, it's what, like same as
Yeah, I think it's very similar to how Global has it, right?
Yeah.
How if you live in like main US, it's kind of like that. Oh. Like if I was in Global, it would be just fine. It would be a little bit later. Oh no, a little bit earlier than you guys, but it would be at a good slot, very very good slot.
Because it's in like what? It's 7 hours from now, I think. 6 or 7 hours from now,
For what?
usually.
Oh yeah, for
Rush?
Global. Yeah,
Well,
Global Rush. That's the
yeah,
time
it's
frame.
Global.
Yeah,
It was
like
at
6
1
hours from now.
a.m. Eastern for me, so that's
Yeah, that's
Also,
like
it's still
early. That's
pretty
like
bad
evening
for
for most
Global.
people.
I can't even do math. 10 o'clock.
6
Yeah.
p.m. for Hawaii if it was global.
All right, so the new root system will definitely affect it, and if they continue to change the arena, we're gonna get people incentivized, the old players and the new players, to doing. Oh well, the new players obviously if there's good rewards, so that they can max their towers. That's the biggest complaint, right? Oh, boo is me, max my towers, right? They changed the rivals. They give you like an extra point now, so in the course of a year, you might get like a couple hundred more if you're clearing those, but. Yeah, towers still take people quite a long time, so it would be a huge incentive to maybe make it instead of 1 year from a new player account to like 6 months to max the towers. You know, it still takes work and effort, but it's nice.
I think it's
Is it
even better
actually-
now, right? Like back in the
Is it
day,
actu-
I remember trying to do the trying to level up my towers, and no one put farm defenses. Well, not no one, but like it's less now. But I see a lot more people putting farm defenses, especially like below conquer and like when I'm not rushing. So
It's a lot easier now to do it, but
It is
still
a lot
takes a
easier.
long time, right? From a
Is
new
it actually
account.
a year though to max
Yeah, we
towers?
kind of did the math and approximate
If you
average
buy
spending.
Devilmon, right?
If you buy the Devilmon and you're just trying to level up your towers and you're doing it weekly, it takes about a year, if not more. But it's a year if like you're playing like hardcore, you know what I mean? So on average, it probably takes people over a year for sure to
hey, I went through it. Everyone else should go through it.
Yeah, that's what we feel too, right? I got mine's maxed. I mean, you guys have to go through that pain as well, maxing it out.
Worse is well, actually no, it's actually a lot easier now. I maxed my flags before siege farming existed.
Really?
So yeah.
I would say you had it easier than me. You know why? Because when you maxed your flags, there was no temptation for scrolls.
True.
They didn't have scrolls in the
That's-
shop yet.
Yeah.
They didn't, right?
Yeah, there were.
Yeah, there were?
No, there were always
put the
scrolls.
effort into
Oh, there were
getting
always
the
scrolls?
Yeah,
Yeah, they were
there were always
always
scrolls, but you can only buy.
Damn, you made me feel worse than I was always tempted from day one then. That's why I had a hard time. No, they reduced the prices. That's what it was. The temptation because of the price reduction for the scrolls. That's right. Oh, and it was only one a week. There was only one a week.
One a
Now it's
week.
like 3. Yeah. Okay, so there is. It was technically.
I have an idea for like the glory towers and stuff.
Sure.
You know how when you like max level and you gain like experience from the daily quests?
Yeah.
You can get some like glory points from those instead when you're max leveled.
Oh, okay. I like that.
That'd be good.
That
Yo,
would be.
you know what? How about on top of that? Even better, something that's more streamlined. Weekly and monthly quests, missions, right? That's what I've been saying for a while. A lot of the games have it. Weekly and monthly missions, and if it makes sense, you do X amount of arenas a week and month, and you get that extra glory points, right? Because it makes
Little bit
sense,
of bonus.
right? A little bit
Yeah.
of bonus. That'd be quite
Give
nice.
us the LD scroll. I like that.
They do. They give us 365 pieces a year now.
I mean, you don't have to limit that to glory.
They give us one
right?
piece a day, right? If you summon 3 monsters, you get 1 piece a day.
Yeah.
Are you doing that, Rujin, or what?
No, I'm not.
He's not
He's just
doing
buying
it.
LD. He's just buying LD scrolls, dude.
It's like $30 for
Nothing else
50
is-
days of
because
doing that? I'm down. What were we saying though, Roger? Or Lucky? You guys were saying something.
I think if you want to put missions in, I think it's a good idea. I think right now the daily challenges are kind of, I wouldn't say useless, but they've just been like the same for like 4 or 5 years or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Where you just like log on, do giants or whatever. And I think if you're gonna do like a weekly or even monthly missions and stuff, you can put in some like, I would like you don't want to put like too much good stuff in there, but you can like put it into other content of the game, you know?
Yeah,
I
that'd
think-
be really nice.
Yeah.
Incentivize different areas of the game to be farmed, right? I mean, as a game developer, what do you want? Active players and people to do pretty much all the content, so you can grab more data. Like they have the data on like everything. They have data on everything. So, I mean, the missions they made it a little bit better for super early and mid game players because I mean, let's be real, you guys have it so much better now. We got like 1,000 mana before, man. You guys get like 10. You get like 100k a day. I don't know, something like that. I don't know
Yeah.
what it is.
You get
Feels-
a free
feels a lot
rune as
better.
well, yeah.
I get a free rune as well, which is mana or crap usually, but it's something.
I mean, they had to up the mana anyway, or the mana, because what was it? The grinds and stuff are actually pretty like, crazy.
Yeah.
Usage of mana.
Yeah, but like for early game players, it was useless for them. They did the dailies just because they have to. They're free to play, right? And they get 5k, 10k a day. 100k feels a lot better, way better.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, way better, especially for the early game.
There's
Okay.
a
Oh, go ahead.
point in chat that's about glory points in the RTA. So like earning glory points for doing RTA. I think. What about if they added a way of converting your RTA points to arena points?
Like special
So-
league to regular.
Yeah, like special league to regular. But if you could change the RTA points to normal arena points.
That would be a good
Pretty much the
idea.
that's in chat from half tilt.
But
yeah.
I don't know if they'll do that because one thing that they've made clear is like they like to have clear paths for content. You know what I mean? That's why when Obabo said glory points for all the missions, I said,
Yeah.
glory points for doing arena, but in weekly and monthly because it would make sense logistically, right? I don't know why they like that, right? It would be fine in my head if they mix things around everywhere, but logistically, it kind of makes sense on their end to keep it separate, I guess. It's a nice idea, though. 4-star Devilmon, please. I'm still waiting on that. Yeah, from RTAs. You guys can put that new content in there. 4-star Devilmon.
Or as a weekly reward. Doing
So
your
your
weekly
mission,
challenges, you get a 4-star
like a
Devilmon.
monthly mission or something.
Monthly mission? I'm down. Monthly mission? Shoot.
There you go.
I mean, maybe not for us. I honestly, I'll be real. I don't really care if it's a monthly
My
mission to get it.
Triana's not even maxed still, so
What?
I'll take it.
Your Triana's
my
not
forces-
maxed?
Harmony is fusible. Come on,
I'm not
bro.
doing fusion. Don't. Are you kidding? If people fuse for skill ups, I don't want to say it, but like you're wasting your time. You're better off just farming and just summoning for it eventually, right? Unless you really, really want it. Like spending that long doing fusion,
Yeah.
getting all the monsters, and then doing all the dungeons to awaken them. Nah, it's just a waste. Waste of time, waste of crystals, waste of resources.
I had a viewer named What Are. We did 10 variables, 10 Jeans. We did 20 fire pandas because he really wanted Molong as well and Fengyan. And then we did all the fusions and we did 10 of each and 20 of the pandas ones. So that's so much time, man. That's so much time being pumped into there.
So much rune
I
farming.
mean, some people like it. Man. They have fun doing
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
True. Yeah. I too watch grass grow every Wednesdays. Yes.
that. Peeling paint.
It's just so much time. It's just so much like rune farming time or like R5 time. Yeah, but I mean,
Those are the kind of
that's-
people like, hey, you want to come clean my
well,
house?
That's
Come on
what
over.
tickles your pickle. Yeah,
Well,
sure.
Yeah.
you see, like they think they see it as progress as opposed to like rune farming, right? When they like maybe do a whole day of farming and they get nothing. That's zero progress. As opposed to like you see like XP bar goes up. Oh, this is finally max. I'll get to
You get
something.
the skill.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I get the skill up, and that's progress for my unit, right? True.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely for players that are more free to play because they have to invest the resources, but it's a big investment in time sink
It is.
to make those fusions, 4s and especially 5s, for sure.
It's boring as fuck. Oh,
It's worse. It's almost as bad as what is it? Dimensional rift farming for your homunculus. Oh, that was bad. Before they dropped the
I
rune.
don't even. I
It-
don't even have a
The original, yeah.
Not the 2K.
Yeah.
Original.
There was no rune drop, man. Okay, you're just farming crystals days
Just
on
for the
end.
You have
resources.
to
Yeah.
farm it for 2 weeks to max.
2
skill
weeks of
2 weeks.
2 weeks. I remember I was still an accountant. I was doing it
Yeah.
in my office. Yeah, I was literally 2 weeks of boredom, dude, while I was farming that. It's
I still haven't even
crazy.
made that.
and then you
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
use them in RTA. You can't use them on B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I think
back,
he just made the male one for the LD that you get or something.
what's that?
I think you get an LD if you make like the male one if you complete the missions.
Wait,
Oh.
actually?
Oh. Well,
I haven't done that yet.
Yeah,
that dark minotaur is long gone for me.
Like
So
the challenge.
Yeah, I don't think like the homunculus challenge is that one, but you have to do that one to get the LD. I think
oh.
because I know that I named my like homunculus like expensive LD,
Oh, okay, I see you.
so it has to be something like that.
I mean, back when the homunculus was first released, it was okay. People used it for that niche role. It was a good farmer, right? Because everybody's I can make my 5-second farming run now. Pop, pop, pop,
Yeah.
pop, pop, pop. Right? That was the hype. Yeah, the water one.
Mine was a pseudo Varad. So I didn't
Yeah.
have Varad. I still don't have Varad. But
So it was good. It was good. It was fine. When it comes to the dark and light ones, though, I didn't really play with them, to be honest, at all.
No.
And
I know
then-
Foxy used the light one, or was it the dark one in Arena Rush? But I think
Oh,
it's
really?
the
Light one. It counters Tianling.
Tian Lang, right? Yeah.
Oh.
It balances attack bar instead of giving attack bar or something.
Right.
I forgot.
Oh, and also that she got the buff too because the person that she targets gets speed buff now. It was a 2
And
pack.
now the arena's coming back, you know.
Yeah, they buffed the homunculus lane dark ones recently. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't get to look thoroughly at them. I don't remember everything, but they did buff them. So yeah, homunculuses are still great. Don't get us wrong. It's boring to make. We might not use them, but they will help out a lot of players in the game. It's a free Nat 5 that you can build the way you want it built to do whatever you need for your account. So it's very good, right? It's a good name that they have for it, homunculus. All right, let's move on to topic number 3 here. Topic number 3 is let's change gears a little bit and let's brainstorm some new rune ideas. I'm gonna bring this topic up once in a while because it's good, right? We need some new rune ideas because I want some new runes, man.
Okay, there should be a like 2 set which removes like 10% crit rate.
I think we want
Removes?
2 sets.
Removes?
Yeah. Yeah, removes 15% crit rates. You can have like it's scored on
5%?
0%.
So instead of increasing glancing chance, you want to reduce crit chance.
So I can't
you're
crit
being attacked.
ragdolls.
Yeah,
Ah.
yeah. So like you have like a Fran with
5%
like 0
crit.
crit rate on Swift or something.
So basically, you want a baby Chroma passive for yourself, right?
You
Doesn't it
just don't
Chroma?
want to crit. You just
No,
don't want to crit,
thing is-
basically.
Wait, you're
I
just
want-
trying to gimp yourself. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to gimp. Like,
Oh, you're trying to gimp yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Not opponency. You want to remove crit rate from yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to remove a bobble from the group,
Or
making a
Migos.
rune set that loses stats. Hello?
I mean,
Minus
I just want to
20%
I mean, I see the thought process, but then it's like when you see something that minuses something off of you, it's kind of like what the
No, I agree. Though. Fran Lauren, I definitely would want. Like when I do swaps, I look for 15 crit rate just for like the Arta Ragdolls.
Yeah.
But I think crit
The
rate's
best
the
is-
only stat that you would want to minus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
thing
you
is-
start rolling too much crit rate runes, Ababo? Is that why? You got too many
No,
over
like-
70% now, or?
I mean, quit ruining your monsters.
I
with
mean,
balloons.
kinda. But thing is, I would also like look forward to getting like 28 or 30 crit rate quad roll on like one of those runes. You have like 30 crit rate.
Reduce 50%, but you have a quad crit rate on it.
30, yeah.
No,
What's up, boy?
going with Ababo's idea, a rune set that increases the group's crit.
Yeah, I like that idea. I like that
I
idea.
want that.
Yeah, they
I need
already
that.
have all the other
Like-
stats,
like-
right?
like-
Maybe
AoE blade
like
runes.
3% or 2, yeah, like 2% or 3%.
Wait, how much
for,
is crit rate bonus right now? 12?
12.
12
yeah.
from
12, so 4% then. 4% group crit then. Or maybe 5. Maybe 5, just make it a little bit more valuable.
Just to make
right?
it round.
Make it round, basically. Yeah. 4 is fine. 5 would be kind of nice. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Crit damage. I mean, we don't have any we have crit damage rage set though, but we don't have leader skills, so maybe something to give a little crit damage everybody. It's
I
then,
want
but
two
then you would have to
sets.
figure out what's more valuable: 8% attack or bonus crit damage if they made a crit damage group set, right? So you can rune on
What's
fight
8%
or
attack? Oh, fight. Yeah.
super rage or something. I don't know what we call.
Super rage.
Oh, I got an idea for a 4 set. Either a 4 set that reduces attack bar, or absorbs attack bar. I think absorb is more is
Absorb.
too strong. I think absorb is too strong. Maybe just reduce attack bar, maybe like 10% per hit.
Hmm.
So it's actually valuable on multi-hit monsters. Or maybe
Diana?
we change the numbers. Obviously, I think maybe 10% might be too much for a rune set. Like 5%. Oh yeah, Diana would be pretty crazy.
What about
Diana just takes everything. Yeah.
Well, if you can't ruin Diana violent then. That's the thing.
I guess.
I actually
I
know
think-
how to change the meta. We need a 4 set that gives us attack gauge every time our opponent crits on us.
Like ragdoll.
On that.
passive.
Oh shit! Oh ragdoll, my bad.
Oh.
Imagine Ragdoll on that
Everybody gets a ragdoll.
Wait a second.
And then
Just
it just
put
makes
his
all
face on
ragdolls.
You can't even oblivion it.
I think Ethna would be fine with that like absorb set, because you have like shatter and then you use a third skill which is like 8 hits, and then you move into shatter again, and then you move again.
Or like Ethna. Yeah. That'd be kind of
Yeah.
disgusting. Yeah.
What about a passive
or-
that's like Masha, where that unit cannot be attack bar reduced as much? That might counter Thor's too. I don't know, a little bit, and other units like a
That's
Masha.
like a 2 set. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
but the thing
wait,
is,
might make it stronger than that 2 set.
like issue with a lot of these like new rune sets, if they do stuff like that, is since there's no way to see the opponent's runes before the start, like the start of the game, it kind of ruins it. Because if you like expect to reduce someone's ATB, and then they have like that rune set,
Then you know what
Then
I'll
you
tell
know,
him?
like,
I'll tell him
you can't
stop
plan
fucking
for-
drafting Hathor, idiot. That's what I'll tell him
That's
to do.
what-
If that's his problem, right? Right, but
Because I was,
there
like,
needs to
thinking
be a
of
way.
a,
There needs to be a way they can see it though, that they know after they did it that it has that, right?
because I was thinking of like a rune set which gives you like threat state for a turn or something.
Ooh.
But that would also be weird if
Oh,
you
that'd
like
be cool.
have something in the draft and they don't know.
But it's like Nemesis. You don't know Nemesis. You don't know Will
Yeah.
until you see it.
No, will, yeah.
So that's
wait,
possible,
that'd be
that's
fun,
possible,
actually.
yeah.
That's good.
One-time threat
I think that's a good
state.
idea. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I like that.
Or a 2 set that gives you invincibility. That's nice too. So you
Oh,
have
that
like
would
you
be-
draft
Chuck that on. Chuck 3 of those on Mo Long and just start
like
spamming.
like Lucian.
I would
without
just do
having
like
to worry about a
I would
dime.
just do like Katarina RTA.
Yeah.
You can just like one shot everything straight up.
Carrying a
That'd be so
Mo
cool.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, Halfus Katarina. That's the strat.
Alphas, yeah.
I want to
I
see
like that. I like that.
I want to see not just runes but also mechanics where you affect like the unit and then the 2 units next to it, if you know what I mean. If that makes
Like
sense.
adjacent. So adjacent. Okay.
Yeah. So like maybe like even skills like buffs that like you have a 2-set rune that affects the unit itself or only the 2 units next to it, and that makes you think about your pick order a lot more as well. That makes sense. Like you put attack or extra defense on the adjacent units. Yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, like kind of like a ricochet like damage dealer as well, right? You can ricochet your damage or something like that.
Yeah,
That's cool.
but
You
even
know,
like skills that affect like side units as well. Like you do like maybe max damage to the middle unit and then like 60% damage to the side units
right.
and stuff like that. I
So
think
then-
that'd be
What was that E7 stat? That new one that we never seen in is dual attack or something.
Oh yeah, dual attack.
Rune-
That would be
maybe a
interesting to
rune set
have.
That gives someone so it actually pulls him, but depending on how strong it is, not give him the actual cooldown reduction like any other pull skill does.
Oh, so
You know,
it's a dual attack where if you have this unit has like a 5% chance to bring in one ally with it randomly, but it doesn't reduce the cooldown. It just brings it in
Yeah.
for the damage or the debuff,
Yeah.
but doesn't reduce the cooldown. That's not bad. That's not 4 set. That's not bad. I like
It'd
that.
have to be pretty low percent though, right? Because that's just like
No, like a 5% chance or a 10%
okay.
chance, but it's random though, so it might not take your Verd, right? Because obviously it seems like, oh, you take up a Verd, okay, great, right? That's sick.
Since this
but like you
game's all
can
about
take so
RNG,
much stuff that does so much
Right,
damage.
but you cannot be on violent since it's a 4 set, so you have,
Yeah.
have to naturally take your turn, take your turn.
Does that activate if I pull Rauk as well? And that pulls them? Does that pull a 10% chance as well?
What do you mean?
So like if I Rauk team up, I bring that unit with that rune set. Does that pull another 10% chance to pull another unit?
Oh yeah,
that's
that's next level. That's next level. Come to think of it. And how would it work if you stack? Let's say you had a team of 4 with dual set. Oh my god.
No, like, next level is to put like Antares on dual sets, and it just brings people with them all the time.
Oh
someone
yeah,
in-
Because
Chat
it moves
said,
so much, yeah.
that's
Someone
true.
chat said a rune set that revives. I think Cubics said it.
Revives.
Maybe
I
a,
mean,
s-
it's
uh,
easy. it's kind of-
something that's
I think
new
it
as
would
well
be
is a
better
3 and a 6
zone
set.
protection.
So
You
it can
think
be
they'd ever do a
OP.
6 set?
Yeah, 3 and 6 sets. So if you want to come with OP stats, I mean, obviously you're gonna have to make it a 6 set, right? So
Yeah.
could be, because it's gonna gimp your stats. It can be something strong, but let's be real. Most likely, the chance for you to make a 6 set is not easy with good stats. That's pretty damn hard. That's
I mean,
pretty
the
damn
whole
hard.
six set would have to be like.
Depends where they put
really
it as well,
strong.
right?
Yeah.
Like if they put it into like a B10, then I guess it's kind of easy, right? No, well,
But
not
to get
easy,
6
like,
good
it's a
runes,
lot
like
more
right now you
expensive.
try to make your fastest violent unit on like violent something else, and you use like 4 of your best fire runes and you interchange. But now you need a good slot on each one for it to be fast or really solid. It's not easy.
I think it's
Still
it's
feasible.
alright.
Okay.
Yeah, I think if you put it into like dimensional hull, then I think obviously if you want crazy stats, 6 set on dimensional hull. But I think on B10s, people would just like farm that crazily. Like if it's actually good enough to be worth putting 6 runes on, then I think people will farm it, and they'll like farm the hell out of it. Yeah.
How about a set that gives bonus healing on you? Anything that heals your any type of heal is increased on yourself. That's something I've seen in other games as well.
It's not bad, but I don't think healing matters that much. Well, not that I see. Like I besides heal block, but like reduce something by 10%. Like even though Fran, like you know how like in the beginning of RTA, like Fran's heal isn't that big, but it's not. See like how notice that it's not that big of a difference. It's not a full heal, but it's still like something is something as opposed to nothing.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. That we brought that. Someone brought that on last time too. What do you think about that? A rune set that fills the slot of another rune set only can be used one per unit. A blank rune. It's that blank Scrabble tile that you can
that
pull.
would be sick. Yeah.
Yeah, can fill any role, but maybe it's limited to only filling the role of a 2 set. Cannot fill the role of 4 set, or maybe vice versa. Can only fill the role of a 4 set. Only can be
What if
one
you
per
have
unit.
two sets?
I actually really like that.
Mhm.
That's a great idea.
How would it work with two sets though?
Yeah, I think you would have to pick, right? It would slot in and it'd be like, which one do you want to pick?
Right. And they
Yeah.
obviously they shouldn't let us be able to get this too easily. So maybe like a new ancient rune
Event?
dimensional hole
Yeah.
drop
Or
spot
like an
is what it
event or
should be.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, or it could be an event. That's a good idea. It could be an
Yeah,
event where
like
they
a-
only give everybody
Where they just
one.
give one. Everyone
One.
just gets
Yeah.
one. Yeah. It's
Cool.
just a filler.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
And then you're the one that rolls the shitty one, and someone else gets like.
No, you're re-apping that until oblivion. You're throwing all your re-apps into that thing
Okay,
forever,
okay.
right? True, right? That's 100% re-app,
sure.
even non-innate.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be pretty cool, actually. Yeah.
I like
I mean,
that.
they could just do that with like the event that they have now, the rune event. You like pick your slot or whatever, and then have a blank rune.
Oh, true. Yeah,
That's
pick your
that.
slot, pick your main stat, and then like roll it into something, and it's a blank rune, right? They could call it. I don't know what they could call it.
Huh? What would I pick?
I don't know what slot I would pick actually.
Slot two
Yeah.
speed's pretty versatile, right? You'd probably chuck that.
I wouldn't pick
With-
slot 2
with the
speed
Fat
actually.
stats.
because
I
thing
would
is,
pick a slot
slot 2
6.
speed. I feel like that's the easiest one to get a decent rune on when you need like speed on every other slot.
Yeah.
I believe statistically speaking,
it's
slot
not bad, but
6. Slot 6 is
6
everybody's
HP.
worst. Statistically,
Yeah.
slot 6 should be your worst slot. Statistically, so I think slot 6 would be the one everybody would take. Honestly.
Wait, if you're gonna do like that, would you be able to change it after you've made it?
No, whatever that main stat is, what it is, and then after that you can
No,
just
as in the rune,
re-up.
the rune that it fits into.
Yeah, you can change it all the time.
It adapts to whatever. You
Yeah,
put
it
on,
adapts.
like,
So
whatever
it can
looks
be
out.
today. It can be a will set. Tomorrow it can be a guard set. I mean, I don't know how you do that though, but it'd be on a set. It's a chameleon. Yeah, that's a good word for it. Chameleon
Yeah.
rune. So it changes. That'd be
Yeah.
kind of cool. That'd be kinda
pretty
cool.
I think.
Second thing that I thought of, because we just said that rune wouldn't have innate, something that could give an innate. A new resource to
I
give
think that's
innate.
too
I don't like
strong.
that.
I think that's too strong.
Okay.
Yeah,
We
that-
talked about this
'Cause
last
then
night.
you re-app after the innates, and then it gets kind of nutty.
Right, okay, so we talked about this last night. A new item that will allow you to max the innate or re-roll the innate that's currently existing on that rune. So you have a 4% accuracy, you can make it innate. You know what I mean? Not that OP, is it? You think?
Then
It's
you're
pretty
gonna
OP.
get like the people like Dog Guy who doesn't need to run accuracy on 6 anymore. He's got a 40k Hathor that's plus 220 via will. 'cause
We
he's got
can
max
limit
accuracy
the
innates.
resource. We can limit the resource, right?
No, but I feel like Sierras would be the most insane with this because you can have like crit
Yeah.
rate or accuracy innate on every single
Yeah.
rune,
And then you just have
Yeah.
HP.
and you can have like full grindable and everything.
You still gotta get the runes though, by the way. But yeah, once you have the rune, then you know you can max that to be max accuracy or max crit rate, right?
I mean,
but you
most
still gotta
like
get
100
that.
already have it,
You have, like,
right? They just need to
140
start
Yeah,
rolling.
we already have a lot of.
I need help runing my units, man. So I need that extra stat, bro. Come on. Sometimes I can't get enough crit rate or accuracy, man. Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah, it could be limited, like dimensional hole reapps. Yeah, that would be something of interest. Okay. Any other rune set ideas? We came up with some good ones today too. I mean, we brushed up
What
on some
about-
old ones, but we came up with some good ones.
What about an evade rune set? So
Evade.
like,
Ooh.
so you can dodge damage.
Oh.
That's a completely new stat, though, right?
Mm,
You'd have to bring it to the game.
Yeah, that's a new mechanic
like-
to the game.
No, you gotta.
It's
no,
like
make it
Figaro's
this,
passive.
You got
Figaro.
a 25% chance to dodge.
I mean,
like you don't take damage.
25% is pretty big to
On a
to
full
not
set.
take damage.
Yeah, force it.
I mean, it's
Oh, like
when it's
Figaro
RNG.
passive.
It's big
Yeah.
RNG plus. Isn't Figaro 25%?
Wait, is Figaro
Figaro-
is
I'll just
Figaro
throw a random number out there.
is Figaro stop death or Figaro's just ignore the damage? It just ignore the
just
damage.
ignore damage.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. That could be super
not bad.
triggering, dude. Like, damn. Like, what if you give it to like a Miho or something that's already hard to kill,
There's
man?
just so much RNG though, right? Like,
It's just RNG on top. Yeah,
it's
yeah.
as if we don't have enough RNG in this game already. You're chucking 25% dodge in.
True.
Or like, not even like 25, like any amount of dodge would be like, yeah, I don't know. I'd lose my mind playing RTA.
Yeah, we have to come up with some good ideas, and because I think when they release if they release more runes and new runes into the game, they have to be careful because once they release it, they cannot just really remove it, right? That's just
And
a
they can't
big
take it
no-no.
out, yeah.
Right,
'cause
but
people
what they
invest
can do is
into
they
it.
can release it and use only have it being used in everything but regular RTA or something like that, right? They can do that, but they still have to be careful on what they release. So
Yeah, for sure.
we gotta
Especially
keep
if
talking
it's
about this.
RNG.
Yeah.
I think like having straight stats is a bit safer.
Yeah.
like
That's
straight
right.
stats that like but
The crit rate, like the
Yeah.
crit rate one, I think they should do. The crit damage one, I think they should do. Those are like
Yeah.
no-brainers they should toss in, which
You mean
I don't think.
you mean
they're
the
doing.
crit rate reduce?
minus.
No. The crit rate
Come on,
reduce.
I'd buy those rune packs, dude.
I would not buy that.
Yeah.
It-
Imagine getting a slot 4
my
crit
crit
rate reduce rune. Hello? Freest
mind,
30k mana of my life.
True.
I actually want more crit rate on my Aegir. He's at 65 right now.
Full crit
Well, I'm
rate
gonna
set.
rune later.
Yeah, full crit rate set would be pretty nice.
Yeah, minus 24.
Yeah.
I need a bit less.
Yeah, like
So-
my Lauren crits Artemil with 15%, and she just gets counter, strip, stunned, and then my whole team's just dead. It's like, okay, well, wish I didn't have the extra crit rate. Yeah, but I think it's like pretty niche, I guess, because it's pretty much only for like what 3 units: Arta, Ragdoll, Miha,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Okay, I think we brainstormed some new great rune set ideas. That was pretty nice. That felt good. Sometimes when we go through topics and we have great discussions, it feels good. That one felt real good. All right, topic number 4 here. We still got about 10-15 minutes left. Buffs and nerfs. Bring it up. What units would you like to see buffed and nerfed?
Gelmir.
You're just like Thompson every single week with Laura. Every time I bring you in, you're gonna say that.
I mean, we can talk about Dark Lords.
Oh, Hathor.
LD5.
Yeah. We just if you guys don't know, we got a video coming out soon. We just did prior to this, we did half of a 300 LD scroll session, and we got a Han. So, buff Han. Did they change Han at any time prior? They did a little change to him, right?
Yeah, they did
do
a little
anything.
change. You got like 15% more ATB overall, I think.
Buff Leona.
It was from 25 to 30, so he gains 90% instead of 75 now.
Oh, okay.
That's all.
That's not
So
enough.
they're like done with him after that buff.
Yeah, you know when they touch it, LD Nat 5, that's like your chance. When they touch it and you see the name in the buff patch notes, you're like, okay, here's my chance. And then it's something crap, then you're like, damn it, back to the
it's doomed.
back to the end of the line.
Yeah, like, I don't know what they're doing with the like Will Young and Han owners. Like they show that they know that they're like not the
Garbage.
best, but then they just never come back to them. I mean, like Jaeger and stuff, they still have like come back to.
Mhm. Yeah, Gilder is the one they haven't touched yet. So, Rujin, I'm
That
actually
is
hoping
well.
for you, man. You have a chance at the next LD Nat 5. You know what I mean? The next best LD
The
Nat 5.
good one.
I mean,
Yeah.
I had 2 of my other LD Nat 5s semi-buffed and...
So you've been, yeah. It's kind of like Nefties, right? It goes from 0 to hero. You have a chance.
Yeah.
It can be 0 to hero. You never know. What about regular element Nat 5s? What else can we
Pretty Nat Hathor.
suggest? Nerf? How do we nerf it? It looks like they're trying to buff other things. Hathor. They're trying to buff and make other things good so that they don't have to nerf Hathor and you have more options to play is what they want to do. So people don't feel like, hey, I have to draft Hathor. I think that's what they're trying to do. Which I'm not sure if they're really succeeding in
I don't
currently right
think
now.
it's
Yeah,
doing
I-
it. Like I still see Hathor in like first pick and like what? Like if you go into Guardian Plus, Hathor first pick is what? 95% of games. Like even how to play with all her LDs, still first picks Hathor and stuff.
Stoic says
Like-
Hathor should be on the glance list. Oh, I like that. So if it
It has
glances,
to.
it can't.
Skill 3 has to
Definitely.
glance. It's
Yeah.
I honestly can't
just like
believe
a-
it's on his
it's
glance.
so disgusting how it denies Vire procs with a 2-turn sleep. It disrupts turn order with different attack bar reduce.
Well,
And
you know,
it can't glance.
I don't think that
Yeah.
that was intended. Like the 2-turn sleep is just a thing that just happened to counter
Deny
violent.
violent.
When they
Yeah.
never thought of that, like a 2-turn CC would actually stop violent procs. Well, I guess they only stop violent because it's an RTA because you could. Wait, no, you can't. You can't do that in regular anyway.
You can't Vire out of 2-turn sleep anyway, right?
Yeah, you can't because it just
Yeah.
stops it. It just prevents violent procs from ever procking.
I mean, if you really think about Hathor as a unit, she actually kind of sucks, you know. She only is used for RTA, and she does no damage. She actually kind of sucks, but she's so good. But she kind of sucks, dude. Like the unit itself
Kinda
actually
sucks.
is pretty trash, dude.
Dude, and then there's the resistance lead as well. So like when you bring
Just-
Daphnis
yeah.
in, you just see resistance all
Just-
day, and it's or like Okeanos, and I can't reset Hathor. Oh, maybe it's just me being salty.
I actually feel like Hathor's pretty overall good because she's like a safe win in Siege, I feel.
Is it really? I've never really used Hathor in Siege.
Yeah, I think so. And then she's like okay for starters in 2A and stuff as well.
Dude, I always meme on this. But I tell people, people always say you use Hathor TOA TOR. I have yet to see a single person really use that, man. It's all about stuns and freezes and stuff and CC.
I mean, I would just use like
not that
Hathor and
sleep.
bombers in that case.
Ah,
That
okay.
should be
Yeah.
like free.
Okay.
I mean, Hathor and Dots don't even mix either. They just
Yeah.
it just breaks it. I would.
People
I
use
think
it on
I'm the
boss
only
stages. I
one.
feel like Jean is like really good for boss stages, especially with the introduction to Jean. I think she's great for TOA and TOA hard. But I've never tried her in like Guild Wars and Guild Siege. I would just bust her out and give her a shot. I mean, it makes sense if you have a team that doesn't have immunity and you're too towards sleeping them. You just control the whole AI forever. So makes sense.
Do you actually gain
I think with
Hathor in
Hathor-
Siege though?
Do I what?
I do like Gani, Hathor, and Lucia. That is one of my.
I mean, in Siege, you only got 30 units. Why not use some of your best units, right?
Just Gani Hathor combo is just so like,
I mean,
even
I'm
with,
just trying
like,
to get my
Bio
3
being
wins,
changed.
and then
No, I know, but like I'm saying even like RTA, like yeah, Gani Hathor. I don't know. Ventilate's such a strong ability, and then you pair it with Hathor being having such strong abilities there.
I just like I'm trying to be slightly a rebel. I'll be honest. I'm just trying to be slightly a rebel here, and to say that do you think that we're just stubborn using Gani Hathor, and there might be better units and Nat 5s and combos out there to use, but people are just stubborn on using it because they know that it works and you're comfortable using it? I know it's strong, but do you think we're also stubborn in the way that we draft and use it? Because there's some players out there, I mean, like Fate Mem and stuff like that say that they never pick it and they don't have any problems with it at all when they battle in RTA. I mean, of course they're strong players though, but they don't have any problems with Gani Hathors at all.
Yeah,
they
but
know how to
Josh
deal with
does.
them and pick them. I don't know.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think the main thing is breaking up the combo as well. So like I know a lot of the time when you see Hathor, Josh will pick Vanessa Gani just to break up the combo, right? Or like Fran Gani or something, right?
Right.
I think the two of them together is kind of too much. I think even like Hathor alone, yeah, she's really strong, but I think having the ventilate there is just too much. So like you have to break up the combo. And then I know I'm biased in this because I don't have either, so I can't even break up the combo. So when I see
your situation's the
Hathor
worst.
first pick, I just have to sit there and pretty much take the dick because I know the Gani's coming up, and I just have to sit there and watch my units 2-turn sleep, ventilate, reset, 2-turn sleep, and then it's just I don't know. It's kind of anti-fun sometimes, and like super
Just triple immunity condom 'em, bro.
Yeah, I do. I have 100 resistance Amelia. I run Fran. It doesn't help. Nothing.
Well, have you tried Swift Amelia? Swift Amelia is a pretty good counter
Yeah,
to
I
that.
have
It helps
Swift
a lot.
Amelia on 100 resistance, and she just gets slept. Reset.
Wait, how does
What
she
I
get slap reset? You should try to make it faster than them. So it's more of a speed lead draft for you, right? If you speed lead draft and your Amelia's faster, you pretty much cut their combo entirely. But I'm just saying. But yeah, this is one out, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't have Gani or Hathor for like the longest time as well. And I used to run like usually the Gani Hathor lacks something since they have to draft both Gani and Hathor. They don't really have speed lead or so.
Yeah.
So if I had like Juno and speed lead, I would almost always win with Juno and speed lead.
Yeah.
Because you had like a 120 Juno, right? On like crit damage.
Yeah, but I mean it's still like not
a lot
that
of the
good
time I
because of the crit
draft
rate.
Juno, she just gets controlled as well. I feel like
Yeah, the thing is,
like a lot
I
of
think
people
the-
think Juno counters Gani Hathor, but then you just get your whole team gets slept, and then they just focus down the Juno, right?
Yeah, the thing is, Juno has to be faster than the Gani Hathor for it to counter Gani Hathor. Because of Hathor reducing so much ATB on Juno. So,
yeah. And people
think
run
the-
Swift Hathor, right?
like, a
as well,
good fix to... Yeah, some Swift Hathors. But thing is, a good fix to Hathor, I've said it before, is just lower her, like, ATB to 30% across the board. Because I think
I mean,
right
not
now
bad.
she just... Yeah, she
100%.
counters...
Yeah.
She counters all the counters because of all
Yeah,
the ATB.
because you reduce
Yeah,
it to
that's
100,
a
and
small
then- yeah.
small nerf to her because now you don't get the attack gauge disruption as bad, right?
Yeah,
Or, like,
because
tornado
the thing is,
disruption. It's true,
like most
it's a
people
baby one.
are hating, or like saying that Hathor needs to exist to counter the LDs, like
The
Ragdoll Hard and stuff.
LDs, yeah.
And like if you have the ATB reduce, you can still just sleep them, and it's still fine. It's still a good counter. But Raccoony, Juno, and stuff would be better against Gani Hathor. So I think that's just
Yeah,
what
I
they
definitely
should do.
agree. I think the 100% reduce, like Ababa said, it pretty much stops what's meant to counter her. What's meant to counter Gani Hathor, because then that unit just sits at 0 attack bar for the whole turn, whole game while it dies, and then you just get Gani Hathor again.
I don't feel like a third skill is a problem though. I feel like if you change a third skill, it kind of kills her off completely.
She's
Dude,
hard.
they
She's
I
so
mean,
hard to
I'll
like
just say,
balance.
it's like the 30% is actually not bad. Like
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
if what it would kill her is what I suggested before would change her skill too, but then that would change someone else. Because honestly, like the most detrimental thing is like she could strip and sleep.
Right.
Yeah.
Because she takes that first. Yeah. Exactly.
And the strip is like uh, elemental disadvantage doesn't even matter. The only part is like having to sleep the actual Vela jewel because it's fire.
Wait, is the strip
the
not
strip-
elemental? I thought it was. I thought you could glance on the strip.
No, the
I
strip is
can't.
always not.
So you can't even glance on that. Oh, okay.
You can't
Yeah.
glance. You'll strip, but the glance is only affected by the sleep.
Yeah. So
What
you strip
Okeanos?
the Vela, you'll glance, but then it won't sleep the Vela.
What about the Okeanos? Is
Yeah,
strip?
Okeanos strip and the reset are both non-glance.
Both-
So you can glance and land both.
Okay.
Couple specialties
It's-
there.
You just see more. I mean, it's just more detrimental on Oki because his is a one hit. If there's two buffs, you either don't strip the
Yeah.
will or you strip the shield, and
Yeah.
you
that
get
makes
screwed.
sense.
Yeah. If they want to just buff Oki, just make the strip AOE. I mean, not AOE strip, but all buff strip in one hit. That would be a buff,
Yeah.
but I don't think they'll do that.
I mean, it would
That
be a
would be
two
nice.
hit, but
I mean,
first
Okeanos-
hit does both.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okeanos
Yeah.
is
Okay.
In a
Yeah.
good spots.
Why are we buffing Oki though? Is Oki doesn't Oki?
Nah, I
move?
think Okeanos is fine.
Yeah, he's fine. I think
Oki's
he's
fine.
chilling. He's chilling. He
I
gets
think
memed on it.
Lauren's fine. I feel like I'm in the latter half where it's like Lauren is actually good spot.
What? Lauren is great. I want that thing on my side 24/7, dude.
I think
Lauren-
Lauren's good, but I don't
Yeah.
think she needs a nerf.
I think she's fine where she is. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. What was the other unit I was gonna say? Oh, what about segment or something that we always talk about, right? A lot of like the easy change I feel would just be kind of make it semi like Gani. The strip is can be goes through resistance check, but the reset is not the resistance check. So that when you're landing on a unit without will, you're gonna reset, kind of like Gani, right? That guaranteed makes it more viable. Not sure. How do you feel about
Is
that?
Sekhmet Curse of the Beautiful skill too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And then she got the reset. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like she definitely needs some love. I think they changed her, right? But she's still kind of garbage.
Yeah, you can just keep repeating skill 3 if she doesn't
What's her base speed?
do her stuff.
Low.
Low.
1
96.
something. Oh, 96.
Like,
Okay, there you go.
I don't like
Oh,
this.
no,
The skill set
99.
seemed kinda
99.
good in-
Oh yeah, it's Bastet, right? Bastet base speed.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah,
99.
I don't know. But then they don't really do that stuff where they just like give unit stats, right?
No. Hey, on the bright side, her
Yes.
S3 hits hard. You ever try crit damage segment? That does some damage,
Yeah,
man.
one
Just
shot
saying.
one shot my panel.
Hey,
Getting-
when
But I
you
like-
kill him, you don't even need to
one
reset.
thing.
True.
Oh, actually,
Yeah.
you still need to reset. You still need to reset because things that revive.
Perno, yeah, I had my Perno get one shot by
A segment?
Segment once.
Damn, you got a
Yeah,
crappy
reset
part. I
was
mean, how much HP does per have?
it was like 23k or something.
Okay, so damage to segment the troll it.
Yeah, it was
Like, if
crit
they-
damage or something.
If they really want to change the meta, they could like take Nefta's speed lead and put it onto Sekhmet, and then we have like our new first pick for everyone.
Yeah, baby nerf to good thing Top's not here.
What's Sekhmet's current
HP.
I mean lead?
Because I think
HP.
Neftis
Yeah.
could, like
HP.
Neftis having speed lead is kind of weird to me.
Yeah.
I know why she would have speed lead and that kit.
And then give
Give HP lead to
Sec-
Hathor
uh,
and
Ha-
leave the res lead to something else.
Like I think either
Sounds about-
Sekhmet or Isis could get the 24 lead.
no one uses ISIS, let's be real. Does anyone actually use that unit, or does no one just have it?
Tiger uses it,
I mean, I would probably use it in like Legend tournament if I had it.
or not in.
I got
yeah.
As like a bamboozle pick, or like actually use it?
No, like an actual pick against the top 4 people.
Oh, I guess all those LDs. Yeah, that makes sense.
You know,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
talked.
Didn't
Okay.
someone use ISIS in the RTA?
Yeah, I think they did.
Yeah.
Tiger was it? I think Tiger had one.
That's what I said. I thought it was Tiger, but in
Yeah.
in the what is it SWC? Did anyone use it? I'm pretty sure he did.
I'm not
I
sure.
think he did actually.
I think there was one match. I don't remember
Yeah.
entirely though. I think there was one match. I take a lot
think
of.
there was.
Yeah, there was one. When was it though?
Yeah, there was one in Asia, I think, but then they banned ISIS anyways. Or was it? It was
What?
something like that. Because I know ISIS got banned.
Picked once and then they banned.
But yeah, I take a
I mean,
lot
you
of.
only really
Go ahead.
like ISIS is the only time you'd actually pick it is when they have like heavy passives or whatever, right? And if they go on heavy passives, they're probably gonna ban the ISIS, right? Because you're
It
only
also
picking-
silences though, which is the nice part, right?
Oh,
So-
it does.
Right,
Yeah,
it silences, right?
silences.
Yeah, silences. So that's pretty powerful as well.
Yeah.
Definitely pretty powerful to be able to silence. Sometimes I take some of my inspiration of like buffs or nerfs from like other games like E7 and stuff like that. So one unit that they have in E7 is a unit Spectra Tenebra that can't be targeted until other units are killed. It has to be targeted last. Unless you AoE, it can hit her, right? That would be a kind of a buff they could give to a unit. I don't know which unit
Yeah,
though.
that's Han. That should be Han because he's a ninja.
You think?
Yeah.
Oh!
I think we actually.
That'd be nice.
I think we actually talked
That
about
would be cool.
That would be
Is that, like,
cool.
reverse threat state.
Yeah,
pretty much.
yeah. She can be hit
Yeah,
by
yeah.
so Han can be hit by AoE, correct?
Ah.
But you cannot target him until you kill everything else. That would be interesting, but
sounds-
it would make sense. We just actually thought of a good ninja buff. Wait a minute.
Yeah, and then everyone runes him really low HP, and then he gets killed by one AoE.
No, that means you gotta run him kind of tanky though. Still.
I know, but
Right?
it'd be funny. Like, yeah,
That
like,
actually sounds
everyone's
pretty
so
good,
crazy.
yeah.
that it has.
Yeah.
The thing is that it has like 1.2k HP on base. It's like Julian.
Oh
with the
yeah,
build.
he has really nice stats.
Yeah, really nice
Yeah.
HP. So that'll be good. I mean, is it that broken for a damage dealer? I think it could be strong, but I mean,
I think it would be broken if he had like strips and defense breaks and stuff, but he doesn't.
oh, and
Yeah,
you,
'cause he's just- he
but
just
you
has,
don't
like,
have to,
attack
you don't
bar
have to
reduce,
ruin him
right?
very
Yeah.
fast though. You know, you can ruin him on one sit well and not fast because he can't be stripped unless it's an AoE strip. Which I mean, let's be real, it's not. That's not really the RTA meta. It's always single target strip. So that's pretty good actually.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Hey, I like that.
He
That's
gets
actually
a lot of
good.
attack bar with
That sounds
second though, or with his third skill, doesn't he?
He's what?
Is it his third skill or second skill where he gets all the attack bar?
Absorbs
skill.
attack.
Third skill, yeah.
It's on third. For Han.
Third, okay.
Yeah. But the thing is that if they make that passive for him, they have to add a fourth skill. So he's gonna be one of those other units that have 4 skills, right? There's some units that with double passives,
He's got
and
a
there's some units with
leader.
4 skills.
Oh,
See?
I mean,
he's got a leader.
Would you just get rid of a skill?
Well, what's the awakening? Is the awakening? We just summoned one, but is the awakening? It's crit rate. So it would have to be a 4th skill, or yeah.
I think you just
mean,
get rid of a skill, wouldn't you?
They
I
could
feel like
also
that's-
just do something weird, like where it can't be targeted when it's 30s on CD, or it could be
Yeah.
that
Oh,
Well-
add it into the skill. Yeah, that sounds good.
Oh,
As well.
yeah.
Or they could also
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like remove the skill as a whole and then give it like he has a chance to like he gains 30% ATB on crit on the other 2 skills. So if he crits with the skill 1, he gains 30%.
And then take away
One second,
S3 and give him a passive.
Yeah,
He's pretty basic then. He's like a Feng Yan. It's like a passive with like basic skill 1, skill 2. That's not
Yeah.
bad. It's not bad.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, because if they give him a 4th one, that'd be the most skills we've ever seen on a unit. That's 3 skills, a passive, and a leader skill. I don't think we have that on any unit right now, do we? 5 things? I don't think so. Maybe,
no, I
but
don't think so.
I doubt it.
Well,
It's a lot.
I have an idea with like a new monster buff. You know how like Molon has a instant kill on 70%, right? How
Right?
about like a death effect where if a certain monster drops below a threshold, they die. But you know, like not as a passive, obviously, but like just like a skill. They put like some type of debuff, like a death debuff. If they drop below 20%, they
Yeah,
instantly die.
that would have been cool on like a demon.
Execute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, demon. Yeah, that would be
Fire demon, because he needs a buff. I mean, I think the water one too, the wind one is just for the passive,
do you
but
mean?
fire
You
one's
see-
been the big talk. Yeah. That would be cool. Execute. Yeah, it's like a pike ult from like League of Legends, yeah. It's like an
Yeah.
execute. That'd be cool.
I mean, is it more like a Ergot ult because you put it on the thing?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
It's like
kinda.
it's a debuff you put on, and once they drop below that threshold, they just die.
What would
Yeah, like, think
what would
about
the
it.
threshold be
You
though?
combo with like a support too, Harmonia. You put the debuff and then Harmonia or.
Oh wait, what about like
even-
Visa Chelda? You just
Kill
kill
a V.
That sounds kind of busted.
Yeah.
Actually, wait a second.
Well,
Wait a
Visa
second.
doesn't need it because he already drops the person to 1%. But like with Harmonia, if they drop him to like 20% or 25, you know, like that close of a threshold, you could just do like some really.
You get like
Yeah.
the one shot.
Yeah.
The one shot meta comes back, right?
I got it. It's called execute. 30% or lower, the target dies instantly, and it's also added in just like Rocky's passive. It goes through death prevention. That'd be
I
kind
think
of cool.
30%.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that
think
would be
30%.
cool.
There you go. There you go. Right,
Is
so
30% a bit much?
30%. So it has to be lower then. You think it has to be lower?
Because you just
I'll go
Molo
20%.
reckless, and then the guy dies instantly, right?
But you have to have both combos. It's the same thing, right? It's like Icarus Molong.
Yeah.
Same thing. You kill everything with Icarus Molong, but
Yeah, but then you go Icarus
stronger.
Molong plus that unit now.
it's fine. It's not a problem I have because I don't have Molong, okay? But all right.
20% is probably
Sure,
like
I
a
have both.
good
I have both.
Yeah,
Never
like
mind.
20%.
middle ground.
Like
Yeah.
Fire Demon should have that on his 3rd after he's used it, or something, and he just like
Oh yeah,
lights
yeah,
up.
I like it.
And he has that because the thing is, since he dots as well, like the dots could put them down to the 20% as well.
Wait, does it AOE the 3rd skill? It's AOE
Yeah,
non-elemental
it's AoE.
damage with dots, based on dots, right? Damage
Yeah,
based on
Probably
dodge.
not
damage,
AoE,
do the more
probably like the
dodge.
unit you target then or something.
Yeah,
right?
unit you
If
target, like-
AoE execute, that'd be kind of disgusting, right?
Yeah, the unit you target
Yeah.
plus AoE damage and dot. Okay.
Because then you just get like Fire Demon Lucian, and then your entire team's dead because it kills, like you said, you wanted to kill through passives, right? You just kill everything.
Right,
Even
right.
if Lucian doesn't finish stuff off, if it drops below the threshold, they just die, right? If it's AoE.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of like
target.
I kind of like the buff and nerf discussion we're having today because we're more of thinking of mechanics that can be added to the game instead of specific units, and then fitting the units that could take the mechanics. That might be a better workaround to really come up with some
Just
good buffs and
straight
nerfs.
buff.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should get credit if they actually add that execute thing in.
Yeah, royalties,
My
right?
idea.
Yeah. Give it to you, Rujin. We give it to you, Rujin. Well, wait. We'll make sure you're on that podcast. What's that buff? What's that buff
They,
is? Yeah.
they'll put a debuff. It's my face.
Yeah.
That's the
It's.
I feel like they could. I feel like they could put a new mechanic on Amir, kinda.
Amir, which one?
Yeah, as in like the
oh, yeah, yeah,
yellow
yeah.
Ifrit?
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
good.
Winifred,
Because
yeah,
it's
yeah.
cool.
That thing sucks.
That
Because they have,
is-
because they have like
the
the,
Bay-
they have, like
actually-
pretty much.
He's really good with Nefties.
Okay. All right. We're done.
Yeah, he's really good with the Bay as well. So if you have the Bay, Nef, these Amir, it's actually a really good combo, dude. Shield
Yeah,
will clean.
but I feel like all the Ifrits have like something new to them, and then the Win one doesn't have like anything. Because Tessa was the first Oblivion, and Theo is like the only Elemental King.
Oh, true.
Amir's just
And I
damage,
guess-
yeah.
I mean, Vero is not that like unique, but he still has a
He's a
unique
beginning,
passive with the
yeah.
cleanse.
Yeah.
And then Elsharian like steals and gives to everyone.
I mean, I
So-
guess
so. It just makes sense to give
True.
Amir something.
back
Give
in the day,
Martina
though.
Give Elsharian Martina's buff. Oh, Martina's passive.
Wait, isn't it already?
No, it's not. It's
But better?
whenever he hits, he only steals after the hit. So the
I mean,
triple.
no-
Oh, it should be on hit. Then is what you want.
Like,
That's
on
feel
hit.
like-
So he
Yeah.
steals
Big
3
better.
instead of
No,
stealing
no.
1.
I
I mean,
mean,
Martina does that.
it would be
But then you
fun,
don't
but
give it. You can't give it to the whole team then, right? Because then it's way too strong. I feel like
That'd be.
El
Yeah,
Sharon's
Martina
pretty
does
good
it for only
already.
twins. That's why.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
El Sharon's pretty good already. Like people run him with like those what are those comps that they run? Like
Ra-
Odin, Rauk,
Rauk,
Swift
yeah.
Birds. Yeah.
Or if they do that, it's only gonna be so he steals it for himself. And okay.
Or like
fine.
one random unit or something. But I think
Yeah,
the
but
whole
then-
team's
yeah.
but then they also,
like it feels bad. I'll go
yeah.
ahead.
But then they would kind of like remove a niche, because he's the only
Yeah.
unit that can do something like that. And
Yeah.
and
Oh, true,
I'm
true.
actually saving up for him now.
I
True.
I
haven't
feel
got
like he
one
can be
yet,
a good situational
Yeah.
pick.
What if he brought in other Ifrits with him, Kappa? Just
I mean,
like
then we
Martina.
might actually see Tessarian, I guess.
Yeah, or maybe even Theo.
Yeah.
I miss
Or,
all I miss all the beefy Theos people used to root, man. People used to root some disgusting Theo Mars, man. Back in the day.
Same with Tessarian, right? You used to have like really thick like speed, crit damage, HP, like 115 Tessarians just for all like the Vanessa Pernas and stuff. Like survive like a Perna hit, but like
Right.
I mean,
Tessarian.
I mean, like Theo defenses are still pretty good, right? Since they're random.
especially
I
because
think
like if
it'd
you
be-
just
No, no,
skill
no.
two into
No,
a skill
it's-
one.
it's so-
speed
it's-
speed.
Now with Rocky
so
as well,
good,
dude.
yeah.
Rocky gives no
There's-
craps, dude. Rocky
There's
gives
so
two
many
craps.
Theo Mars
I'm
cancers,
thinking
it's
now
not-
since we're gonna get like the RTA runes, like people can make 280, 270
Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm gonna do a fat Theo.
violent Theos
Yeah.
with something,
Ooh.
and then it's random what they hit.
Because it's elemental king, so he just hits anything. Yeah.
True, true.
I'm doing
I feel like
I'm
they
doing
can
it.
be a lot scarier than a lot of the. guild
Yeah, then
runes
you'll be forced to bring in full bruisers against that then, like Fengyan, like full bruisers, because then you don't because that thing's gonna be so fast, right? If they run it fast, so you have to have room for them to not like proc 3 times, which is what you're
Instantly
hoping
kill
for.
your team.
Yeah, you can't bring any squishies at all.
I mean, to be honest, like Mali brainstorms a lot of defenses, and we've already like just cut out. Like we put out like people have really strong Theos, like back in our guild, but we've run them and they just don't work. Like we have we thought of really unique ones. Like it was
But
a.
it's gonna
Theo-
work for me in G1.
We had a Nefties Theo, Triton defense.
And did it work?
That wouldn't
Didn't
work.
Oh, you have Nefties in there, it didn't work. That unit sucks. You're right.
That needs a buff.
That is a buff
on
instantly.
paper,
Not strong
on paper
enough.
it sounds really good because the other defense it's sort of similar to is Galleon Perna Triton,
Triton,
which is
yeah.
what a lot of people run. It's not that good of a defense, but it's annoying. It's enough RNG to be annoying. You could get like 1 or 2 defense wins because like Triton stuns the entire team. But like this is the same thing. But with Nefties, you get guaranteed debuffs, and then Theo with a guaranteed random unit that he
One
kills.
shot, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
But
maybe not
it
in
didn't work out.
higher siege, right? But like if I'm going down to like C3 G1 and I run up like a 120 Theo, right? That
Oh,
thing's
yeah,
gonna like 1v5 people. Or
Dude,
I'll
it's,
be, like,
it's literally gonna
1v3
one-shot
siege.
people, dude. People don't even have enough
Yeah.
health for your first hit, dude. The first hit is so
Especially
hard.
Now that I can put good runes on him, right? You know what? I'm gonna do that. Babo, thank you for that.
No, you're gonna do that with Despair Aegir is what you're gonna do as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this crazy despairing.
Yeah.
Good idea, actually.
Because FRI is not this weekend, it's gonna be next weekend, so
Next
just gotta
week.
get ready. Yeah. Alright, we're gonna move on to the last topic here. Kind of just open discussion. Like I said, I guess we'll have about 5 more minutes here. So whatever you want to bring up, we can still talk about buffs and nerfs. Anything you see in the chat, if you want to bring it up, feel free to throw anything on the table that you've ever wanted to ever talk about. Quality of life changes for Summoners War, anything like that.
Buff my units, please.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Buff Alexandra, buff Lydia.
Yeah, Alexandria would
I know
definitely need
what
some
you-
love.
Lydia's not that bad. I actually kind of like Lydia.
Lydia's I like her into anti-cleave, but
Well, you have
Alexandra's
Alexandra,
just-
Lydia. That's like the same type of unit. Like,
Yeah,
it's
but
not good. Like,
I tried
Yeah,
using
right.
them both, and it's just not that good. Yeah, make grind stackable. There you go. That's a quality of life.
Yes,
thing.
please.
that's a big one. People have been asking, "Oh, give me some more rune space or monster space." I'm like, "Yo, shut up. We need some more grind and gem
They
space."
said they can't because like it's too much like server load or something, right, for them to store. But just like
Yeah.
stack them, stack the
Yeah.
grinds at least, right? Like rune space, you can manage by like putting them on like useless units, right? But grind space it caps at 500, and just make them stack.
Stack. There's nothing different about
Yeah.
them, so I don't know why we can't.
Yeah.
We can't
I
stack
mean,
them.
they stack in the rune menu now, right? When you try to upgrade a rune, right?
Oh yeah. There's like it's like violent attack percent X4 or
Yeah,
whatever.
So just do that in storage, and it's the exact same, right? I would
True.
think.
True.
Yeah, that's a nice quality of life thing.
That'd be really nice.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I mean, I'd like to hear the logistics of why they have server capacity issues. Are they just using an old system, an old server, and it's too expensive to replace the whole thing? Or I'm just curious, man, because, I mean, I have no idea about the IT world though. But
Yeah,
I feel like they shouldn't have that much issues with space. Right, but I mean, it is true though that we will always ask for more. We're gonna want more and more and more and more and more space if they keep giving it to us too fast. So I mean, I understand both sides for sure.
I wonder how they're
think
gonna
they give us,
measure like.
ancients.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Lucky, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna just say, I wonder how they're gonna measure our rune inventory now. Like, if it's in one place, does it just mean that it's only gonna be in that one location? Like, it doesn't automatically pull it out of our inventory, or is it gonna be like, how's it gonna show? How's that inventory gonna work moving forward?
For the new rune RTA.
Yeah, with the new rune management system.
I think it's whatever
How
you
is
rune
that?
in RTA will stay there. Whatever is for your main account just looks the same. So it just unaffected, I guess.
Yeah, because
But-
I wonder if our rune inventory number is gonna be differing moving forward. You know what I mean? Like, because it's two different locations.
Right.
How do we measure what's in the inventory and what's not? Like, does it mean if you use it in one location, does that mean it automatically pulls out of inventory? I'm not too sure how that's gonna work.
because you might use it in RTA, but not in something else, and it sits in inventory for something else. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how does
Ah.
inventory measurement work moving forward?
So that's where our rune, grind, and gem space went into this new RTA management system.
that we still don't have yet. Yeah.
What
I mean,
about
that
you?
means you can
Oh, go
you
ahead.
can rune like dummy monsters in RTA with just like
To hold runes.
hold
yeah.
runes essentially if you needed to.
That's
Like all
interesting.
these 3-star level 1 monsters holding runes.
I don't
for
think it's gonna be a
RTA.
separate runes pack, like a pack or like box. I don't think it's gonna be a separate
I'm
box.
Yeah,
So you're not
I'm pretty
gonna
sure
gain
it's just
space.
gonna be like in RTA, those runes have specific runes, or those units have specific runes.
Yeah.
Because I think
Okay.
you can have like a different build on that unit in normal, like normal Summoners War.
Yeah, I think it's just gonna be an exact copy. So you have a copy of, let's say, 500 runes here. You have a copy of that
Yeah.
500 rune here. Move it how you like in here. Move it how you like in here.
Yeah,
As you
okay,
get
so
new ones
inventory
here,
is
then
still
the
the same.
same thing. Yeah. So it's still
Yeah,
limits.
got ya.
What were you gonna say, Obabo? You gonna say something?
I don't remember.
Whoops.
I see something in chat. I think it's been brought up a lot before in the past
What is that?
with the FRR days. I don't know how generous they're feeling, but I definitely think having the ticket that just lasts one day is a really nice quality of life thing. Because I know lots of people can't or either they work the whole day, or something comes up and then they don't get to use the free rune removal day.
I'm just
Just
gonna
having, like, a
take.
one-day ticket
I'm just
that
gonna take the
expires.
idea from
Oh,
E7.
that's-
Just make the whole weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Just do the whole weekend. It's fine, and then
Whole
it's a less of an
weekend, yeah.
excuse.
Yeah,
Even if you work the
yeah.
whole weekend, okay, I'm sorry. Okay, if you work the whole weekend, but the whole weekend,
Yeah.
right? That's nothing wrong. One whole
But just
weekend
like
is
one,
fine.
yeah. But like one day, I know a lot of people sometimes miss it, or like they can't do it, obviously. And
Exactly.
It's just, yeah. You just
I don't
kinda
think
got
it's a
to the
detriment
wait
if they
the
do
whole
that.
month.
One whole weekend, and I think people that still want to buy FRR, packs,
Will
which I
still
don't know
buy
if they
it,
sell
yeah.
a lot, they'll still buy it. They'll still
Yeah.
buy those packs.
Yeah,
I know
I
Chris-
don't think you'll
Chris
ever get
buys
a free
them out.
ticket.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just be a bit more flexible with the free rune removal. I don't know how
Yeah.
generous they're feeling with that though. Yeah.
I mean, if they want to be generous for the, I mean, I know it's a smaller group though, but the people that spend money in the game, maybe throw in some 12-hour FRR tickets into some of the packs, like the lunar packs. Just give it as a bonus. For the people
Or
that
just,
spend
like,
money.
Make the pack more value. Add like some scrolls, or like add a bit more crystals to those packs where they actually have the ticket.
Yeah.
For those like people that do want to buy them. Yeah.
But a big change would be a one weekend of the month. I think that'd be fair.
Yeah.
One weekend
that'd be
of the
cool.
month. Yeah, would be nice
that's
for
fair.
them to do.
'Cause, yeah, like a lot of for Saturday, a lot of times people are actually doing something
Right.
on Saturday.
Yeah.
mean-
Well, actually, maybe not. It's a 50-50. There's people who aren't doing anything.
Right. And I think having it the whole weekend will make it. I feel like right now when people are trying to do FRR, it's like more serious, right? But if we do it the weekend, you can have more fun, right? You get the content creators that can do
You can
different
test
things.
around a bit. Yeah.
I can play with my friends IRL now. Like if I have some, I don't really have friends IRL, but friends IRL at meetups, you can do some fun routings for the weekend, right? Something
Yeah,
fun.
yeah,
I think it's nice. Yeah, I like that. I like that for sure. All right, I think we had a pretty good podcast today. Thank you guys for joining me on the podcast. We talked about great violent rune changes, then this new RTA season coming up, right? How that's gonna affect with the new rune management, which we're curious to see. Maybe by next week's podcast, we're gonna already kind of know what's going on, and as well as we brainstorm some hella good ideas for buffs and nerfs for a lot of different units. So hopefully it happens. And good quality of life changes. So very, very successful podcast today. Thank you guys for taking the time to join us. And if you guys are watching from YouTube, we're gonna put the link to all their streams here. Everybody but Rune streams pretty consistently and kind of a lot. So hopefully Rune maybe start streaming
Why
just for
you
fun.
gotta call me out?
Why not start streaming, man? Have some fun. You got to. Hey, if you have time to join my podcast at 5 p.m. once in a while, you might have some time to stream, right? An hour,
Well, I prefer to stream at. I would want to stream at night.
right?
But right now, like I said in chat before, I'm just like I'm in the process of moving to my new house, so it's like
Oh,
it's just
okay.
taking a while. So
Okay,
I don't
cool.
I don't really want to stream in my messy room.
It's all good. All the books back there that you don't read, but it's all
My
good.
room's
Hey,
nice,
hey,
dude.
hey! I didn't read that.
I read that. Points at a random book.
read it.
But all right, we're gonna put the links to all their Twitch channels so you guys can check them out. Everybody streams at a different time zone. We got everybody from all around the world here, so make sure you guys leave comments down below. I always go through them to brainstorm ideas and topics for future podcasts, and make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Thank you guys for joining me, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace
Thank
out.
you for having us, Frank.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
See you later.